Here begins the tale of a man and wife torn apart by the wife's continued infidelity. Here begins the Miller's tale.
Oh, Allison. Oh, I believe it's time to start. Please take your seat. Okay. John, will you care to approach the bench? Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, you may begin.
I'm here today because I'd like to persecute my wife for her adultery. I've known that she has slept with at least one man, Nicholas. I loved her very dearly. She was younger than me, I know. But I kept her on a tight leash to make sure that she would stay, loyal to me. But she embarrassed me in front of the whole town by sleeping with this man and tricking me into thinking that there was a flood coming and that the only way for me to save her was to get into a tub. I heard a scream and cut the rope, fell, broke my arm and was passed out. When I awoke and tried to tell my story, her and Nicholas, they accused me of lying and saying I was crazy. It's not fair.
All right, you can take your seat. Now the first witness, Nick, may you approach the bench.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah. So, John, the old fool, he leaves, and me and her are home alone. And she's such a good-looking broad, so I just couldn't help myself. And I seduce her, cool and whatnot. And she doesn't resist, Being a married broad, you'd think she'd resist, but she doesn't. So me and her, we go make love, little fun. And we're talking and talking, and we decide we want to do it again, And so we agreed to wait till the old fool leaves the house again and goes on another trip, and we agreed to wait. And we make a plan and, a scheme to kind of get us along, because I want to have a little fun again. And so I come up with this whole plot, to trick the old fool. And so I spend the whole Saturday in my room, pretending like I'm sick and whatever, so I get him confused. And John starts getting nervous and all scared and whatever. And so he sends a servant to come check up on me, see if I'm okay. I don't respond though, I act like I'm dumb. And so finally John comes in, he knocks down the door all crazy and wild and whatnot. And I just stare up into space like I'm stupid or something. And get him all off his guard and whatever. And so I tell him about this whole thing, with how there was a flood coming and how if he wanted to save his wife, he'd have to go out and buy these tubs, and he'd have to hang them from the rafters, you get it? And he'd have to get in the tub with food, but he couldn't talk to his wife. And I was getting really into the story, trying to make him believe it, and he finally did, and I told him he couldn't tell anybody, or else him and his wife would die. And so, stupid old guy goes out and buys the tubs and hangs them up. And so the day comes where we're gonna execute this little scheme of mine. And so we all get into the tubs and the rafters and whatever. And stupid John, he falls asleep on us. So me and Allison, we sneak off to the bedroom to have a little more fun. And we fall asleep, and in the morning, the stupid Red comes around calling for Allison. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And so Allison plays a little trick on him and whatever. And so he leaves. And then the stupid guy comes back again. So I decide to have a little fun with him. And I play the similar trick like he did. And I let one loose in his face, And so the guy, he goes and brands me. Who the heck brands someone? And so I scream, and we hear this huge bang, And John fell from the rafters. He broke his arm, he passed out. Everybody from the town starts coming out, screaming, seeing what's going on. And me and Allison, we didn't want to get in trouble. So we're saying, oh, he's crazy. Don't believe him. He's crazy. He doesn't know what's going on. He's out of his mind, you know? And that's what happened.
Allison, it's your turn to take the stand. Thank you, Judge. No problem. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Then you may begin.
Well, my husband's always away. You must know how hard that is.
Uh-huh.
And Nicholas was just always there. Such a good-looking man. I mean, I tried to be faithful, but he was just so suave. And then he told me about this plan, about how he and me, we could be alone for just one night. So, the night of the plan, we got my husband to go up on the roof, and I didn't have much details about it, but we got alone. And then Absalom started courting me out of nowhere. And so, I eventually got rid of him. But then he branded my poor Nicholas. So, all of a sudden there was a big boom. And John was on the floor, and his arm was broken, and everyone started making a whole big ruckus. I didn't really know what to do. So then Nick was like, let's just make him seem like he's crazy. So I just went along with it. What's a girl to do? I mean, all these men. You understand?
I do. You can take your seat now if you'd like.
Thanks.
Reverend Absalom, you may approach the bench.
Thank you.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Of course.
You may begin.
Well, I saw this fine woman at church one day, and oh, she was so sweet, and I couldn't help but think that she was a gift from God. But I didn't understand when I was feeling like that. She is a married woman, but I was so lovesick, and I tried to court her, but she didn't seem too into it. And so I tried to impress her with gifts and messages, but she still refused. Something was up, I knew it. So one morning, I thought I'd get up early, comb my hair, and brush my teeth, and get down on her place, because I couldn't live without her. So I went up to a window, trying to court her. I told her, one kiss, Allison, and I'd leave her alone, let her be. But it wasn't her mouth, it was her behind. I went and I got my hot poker, and I come back figuring maybe I'd try again. But this time it was Nicholas, and he did something I'd rather not say. And so I just branded him. I didn't mean to, but it just happened. I knew I couldn't live without her. And I loved her.
You love her? How could you love her? She's not yours to love.
Yes, she is. She don't love you.
Yes, she loves you.
What are you doing?
Don't you help me up. How could this happen? How could this happen? Two people who love each other so much. How could this happen? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know how she could do this to me. I don't.
Let's go, Allison. Let's run away together.
Oh.
You know?
Darling, you're with him. Damn, it's such a shame. It's driving me insane, and ever since you went away, my heart has never beat the same. And all that I can do is just laugh.
Absalom just comes out of nowhere. Wait, I don't like this. You may begin. Dad, you cannot do that!
You may approach the bench.